This is the way.
This is the way. Chapter 1. Recycled materials.
Okay, so I made little holes in this dirt in the square bale block so I can plant my recycled potatoes. We're going to put my potatoes in the holes, just like this. We made 4 of these potato blocks and planted 3 dozen recycled potatoes. Then I covered them with more dirt. We also recycled lots of cardboard. It's underneath these potato hay bale blocks and under the new row of hay bales. And we recycled these brown protein containers we got from Mr. Gary, the cattle rancher next door. They make perfect pots for carrots, herbs, sweet potatoes, and more. We added a few holes in the bottom with a grill so we can grow even more container food. Using recycled materials like cardboard, old feed bins, and old potatoes. This is the way.
This is the way. Chapter 2. Crowd planting.
Okay, so I already moved some of our greens outside, which I will show you in a little bit. But these things are doing fantastic. There are lots of ways to plant seeds, and we use crowd seeding, also called casting. And as you can see, all of our plants are doing super well. The peppers were planted the traditional way in episode 2, and everything else was crowd seeded. Today, I will be crowd casting outside and showing you my eggplant from the last time. Last year, we did eggplants like we did with our tomato and celery. But this year, we casted them. We put them in the container and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 eggplants. Last year we got none.
You've heard of this. You've seen this, right? You know what that is.
Yeah.
Casting eggplants is better than the traditional method. Mally helped me prep and water this raised beds for crowd seeding. It was fun, but I got her wet. Okay, so as you can see, my Swiss chard is in the ground already. And so is my broccoli. These seeds were just casted into these trenches. And I'm much, much closer together than what is recommended. I also crowd seeded my carrots in these tubs. First, I made a bullseye, inner and outer circles, and casted the carrot seeds inside the lines. Then my family puts potting soil to cover these seeds. So how did it work out? Look, my carrots have grown. We took the plastic off for a few days and it's a complete bullseye now. Okay, this is awesome. The broccoli and Swiss chard are growing under the plastic too.
Crowd casting. This is the way. This is the way. Chapter 3. Divide and prosper.
Okay, so you can see the crowd-seeded bed is covered with plastic right now next to me. But the dome bed is for transplants. I crowd planted these recycled gallon containers in previous episodes. I measured this line 12 inches away from the cow that overwintered. I separated the lettuce plants from the gallon container and carefully placed the leaves on one side. And the roots in the trench. I used the divide and prosper method this day for our lettuce, our fennel, and my carrots. If I can do it, I know you can do it. If I can do it, I know you can do it. Did I mention I love carrots?
This is the way. Chapter 4, Traditional Planting.
We are going to be planting celery and tomatoes, but we're going to do an experiment because Willie Glow says that putting sand on it is a better idea than not putting sand on it. So we're going to check off on him. Before starting, I gave this potting soil a good soaking. We're going to make tiny little divots for the tomato seeds. We're going to put it not too close to the edge and not too deep, so as deep as a tomato seed. So now we are going to plant our tomato seeds in our little divots. Get your cup and start with San Marzano. One seed. Okay, so everything is planted. So now we're going to use our sand. And we're going to put a light sprinkle on it like this. And we're going to put it like a checkerboard. One heap. So some sand here, some sand here, some sand here, on every other tray. So let's get started. Okay, so now I have to make sure that all of the sand and the ones with non-sand are packed in. We pack down our dirt and sand, and we put our humidity domes on it, and we are going to find out if the old school way is better or Willie Glow's way. Okay, so I am so excited. I can see through the humidity domes that some of our seeds, our tomatoes, have sprouted. We're going to see if the new school method, Willie Glow's method, is better than the old school method. So we're going to count if the sand ones have more, or if the just dirt ones have more. Let's take a look. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Well, 12 is bigger than a 6, so the new school method Let's check the other two. Let's start with sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 13, 14. 14 is also bigger than 8. Okay. Let's start with the dirt ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Overall, we got more with the no sand than with the sand. So I don't think that putting extra effort with sand is a better way. Sorry, will it grow, but it didn't grow.
Traditional planting. This is the way. This is the way. Chapter 5. Tree and vine cuttings.
Alrighty. These are raspberry cuttings. Oh, and the thing you gotta worry about raspberry clippings, they are very sharp, like roses. Look how many scratches I got from them. But raspberries, they are worth it. And today, we are going to put them into our cutting nursery. As you can see, I put 3 big tree cuttings in here. They're doing really well. Let it grow. Okay. And for our raspberry cuttings that will go in here, with this pole, I made some poles in a straight line in a row, and we're going to continue doing that. Remember with our fig trees, we dip them in wooding hormone? Well, we're going to do the same thing with our raspberries. We're going to dip them in wooding hormone. Now, you don't have to do wooding hormone. You don't have to if you want to. But we do this because we get more this way. And these things are doing great. So. One down, 30 to go. Alrighty, I'm done. 30 raspberry plants in the ground, 4 to 5 inches deep.
Vine and tree cuttings. This is the way. This is the way. Chapter 6. Garden prep.
Early April garden prep included moving a lot of compost, dirt mixture to strawberry bales, large containers, refilling raised beds, and more.
Consistent garden prep. This is the way. This is the Way, Chapter 7, Harvesting Food.
The first harvest of this year, I'm going to be picking some microgreens, some of our hydroponics lettuce, and some of our spices, basil, parsley. Pretty good leaf. Okay, so now the second step is to put all of these microgreens, as many as you can have, on this layer of salad. Let's start. So we're going to grab here, and we don't need any dirt into our salad. So we're going to grab right here and be very careful. And make your scissors flat. Cut down low. So I just finished harvesting my microgreens, and believe it or not, it is my first time harvesting microgreens. So if it's my first time and I can do it, I know you can do it. And believe it or not, I can just water all of these again, put them back in my grow room, wait a couple days, and I'll get more crops out of this.
Oh, it smells so good.
I love the smell of onions. They taste good too. These kind of look like wild garlic. This is our basil. Hello. This is number 13. Oh, it smells so good too. Hey there.
Hi everybody. Today we're going to be doing our very first Shed Wars weigh-in, and we're going to start with our eggs. We've been getting an average of about 8 eggs a day since the weather's got warmer. So we're going to go ahead and weigh them and see what we have. We counted 6 dozen chicken eggs and a dozen duck eggs. This seems like a game. A very risky game that we're gonna be in trouble. I don't have enough for this. Is it on 5?
Just past over 5. That's just under 5.
Okay,
so
then
4.
just write it down there, and then I'll empty this.
We're also getting about 2 extra eggs a day for our incubator, which we are going to try and hatch.
Yeah, I'm excited for the mixes. Yeah, these should be awesome.
Just keep going. Yeah,
And we have a dozen Indian runner duck and muscovy eggs. So these should be a little heavier.
it's getting near 3.
Hey,
This is a tiny little duck egg.
Aww. It's getting newer.
you guys want to weigh the salad that we got right from the cellars?
Ooh, this smells good. Is there parsley in here?
There's lettuce, microgreens, parsley, and basil.
Can I eat a piece?
I might have got some dirt in it.
At least there aren't any worms in it.
There might be.
Extra nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
You should really be watching her face. You gotta learn to do that when you're...
Okay, so
We just got back from the butcher, and here are the roosters. So I've got my weighing scale here, and And our shed worth 21 weighing sheet. That levels out our total at 13 1/4 pounds. Meaning we still need about 2 pounds to pay off our penalty. So I'm sure Bunkie has some lettuce. March totals 21.75 pounds. Chicken and duck eggs 3.1 pounds. Chicken eggs 4.9 pounds. Bunkie salad 0.5 pounds. Butchered chicken 13.25 pounds. Will it gross penalty is 15 pounds.